welcome once again to the Danger Zone. Unfortunately, this week my guest could not be reached for comment or questions, so I'm doing a slightly special one this time. We are coming up in 3 days to CWA Warfare. So what's going to happen? Well, let's figure out how we got to where we are. The first match that's going to be happening that night is Jeff Steeples, the man who has been beating up fans in the arena, who actually dragged a fan into the ring and had a match with them and was suspended by RBK, is going against RBK that night at Warfare. Jeff Steeples has not had much respect for RBK for a long time now, and I predict that RBK is going to beat some respect into him. Next is the tag team titles. At the awards show, Tony the Man Taylor handed these titles that we haven't seen since Jeff Steeples and General Joe threw them out back during the MWA era. I can't even call it an era, can I? But back during the MWA run, when they threw it out, we have not seen the tag titles since then. But Tony the Man Taylor, as one of his at the award show, one of his first acts is he brought back the tag team titles and handed them to Lethal and Wolf Cage, two Tony Taylor guys. Shocking. But here's the thing, not many people in the back agree with that decision. So who stepped up to the plate? General Joe. And while General Joe was fighting and not really happy about the entire title just being handed over, he got a beatdown from the tag team champs. And who came to his aid? But the new guy, Mikey. Now, Mikey is no stranger to the tag team world. If you remember, he was one half of the short-lived tag team, The Future. So these two, General Joe and Mikey, will be going against Wolf Cage and Lethal to show that if you want these titles, you need to earn them. Speaking of titles, the Second City Championship will also be on the line at Warfare. I gotta tell you guys, this one I'm kind of looking forward to, because you have Corn-Fed Kenny, who has had a problem with his opponent at Warfare and the men that run with him. He is going against Night Terror, defending his Second City Championship. And I can tell you one thing, I'm pretty sure Corn-Fed Kenny really wants a piece of Night Terror, because he came out to give a retirement speech last year. And what happened? He got beaten down by every member of the Dark Entity. So he is looking for payback. And what better way to do the payback than to go in against the headman himself, Night Terror. Speaking also of the Dark Entity, excuse me, folks. Speaking of the Dark Entity, at Warfare, Enigma will be going against Franklin Colt. Now, guys, this is a history that has been going on since Enigma arrived in CWA. We don't know why, but from the moment he stepped foot into the arena, Enigma has pretty much had target lock on Franklin Colt. Whenever Franklin Colt has been in the ring or the arena, Enigma has gone after him. And we don't know what the story is between these two. I'll tell you one thing. Enigma almost put Franklin Colt on the shelf for a while. Until, during a fatal four-way match for the internet title that Enigma won from Franklin Colt would interfere, causing Enigma the internet title. And oh man, what followed was a fight, folks. Not a wrestling match, but a fight. And when these two get in the ring at Warfare, I guarantee bodies will fly, pain will be delivered. Alright, these two are holding nothing back. Speaking of holding nothing back, the next match I really want to talk to you guys about is really a personal one. This one goes back all the way to when these two men stepped foot into the CWA. We have Greg Knight going against Matt Wild. Man, talk about a personal match. Best friends for years. Tag team partners, tag team champs together. Watching each other's back since the first day they arrived here. And then, at Maximum Carnage last year, with nowhere to run, Greg Knight would unmask himself to reveal that he was Blackbird and commenced the beatdown and the loss of the Second City title that was being held by Matt Wild. He had nowhere to run in that match, folks. And even though these two have been around each other, I'm surprised the war hasn't broken out. Alright? And with Greg Knight now also being the commissioner, at Warfare, who knows what will change? I mean, right now, we only know it as a straight-up match, but with Greg Knight as the commissioner, he can change the match at a moment's notice. So look out for that one, folks, because I have a feeling that blood might flow that night. Taking a step back, I mentioned the internet title. Actually, I've mentioned it a couple times, but since I'm talking about the internet title, we have an internet title scramble match, folks. 20 minutes. The title can change hands 1 time, 2 times, 30 times, 316 times, 420 times. Who cares? It doesn't matter how many times it changes who is the last pinfall after the 20 minutes. Hellraiser, as far as we know right now, has to defend his title against Riley O'Doyle, the man that you folks voted to be the most likely to win the internet title in 2015. Clayton Kegg. And you know what? That's all that's been announced. But there's still more slots open. We're going to have to wait till Warfare to find that one. But I'm telling you, scramble matches usually get pretty crazy. We better have all referees on deck for that one. Which brings us now, according to my notes, brings us to the main event. Oh man, I'm telling you. The man that people thought was too small to be champ. The underdog himself, Chi-Town legend, is now the CWA champion. And he will be going against a man that he has never beaten one-on-one in Darren Stryker. Now, if any of you saw the contract sign between the two of these two, that was intense. I'm glad I wasn't in the ring because I probably would have gotten hurt. Darren Stryker has pretty much been a hired gun for anyone who seems to have the most money in the pockets. Currently, it's rumored, purely speculation, that he is a Tony the Man Taylor guy. I cannot confirm nor deny that because no one can be gotten for questioning. But I remember when he was a part of the Capitalist, he was one of their powerhouses. I remember when every time he stepped foot in that ring, he would destroy people. But don't hold Chi-Town legend out. That man is a giant killer. He's taken out the 6'2" Greg Knight. He has taken out the over 6 foot tall Jeff Steeples. Those are two big guys. He's gone one-on-one with some of the largest guys in the CWA and come out on top. This is Chi-Town legend, folks. That man has got, I'm going to say it, he's got more balls than brains. But maybe that's just enough to beat Darren Stryker this time. Because it's not just a one-on-one match. This is a one-on-one match for the CWA Championship. Darren Stryker, you've got the power. Chi-Town legend, you got the speed. But both of you have the willingness to go beyond. Above and beyond. All I'm saying is that Warfare, folks, remember, March 14th, 3 days. It is going to be a brutal event. Just a quick rundown. We got Jeff Steeples against RBK. We've got the tag team titles on the line with Lethal and Wolfcage defending against Mikey and General Joe. Watch for that one, folks. That one's going to be fast-paced and intense. intense. We got Corn-Fed Kenny defending his title against Night Terror, a rematch for the Second City title. And oh man, does Corn-Fed want to get his hands on Night Terror. We've got 2 personal matches. The first one is Franklin Cole against Enigma, where Enigma in the past has tried to put Franklin Cole on the shelf, and Franklin Cole making a random appearance to have him cost the internet title. Wow. These two have not liked each other. And then we also have the second personal match. We have Greg Knight against Matt Wild. Oh my God, that will be intense, and I predict blood will flow in that match, so you all better watch out. There's the 20-minute internet scramble royal. Scramble royal? Can I say that? No. Scramble match, where we know it's confirmed Riley O'Doyle and Clayton Kegg are both in it. We don't know who the other vacant spots are going to go to, but Hellraiser is going to have to fight to keep his title. And then the main event, Darren Stryker against Chi-Town legend. Darren Stryker has never been beaten by Chi-Town, but you know what? Chi-Town has been able to pull things out these past couple weeks. Heck, even longer than that, since he's gotten the championship title, he's been able to pull out victories and surprise things out of everywhere. So folks, keep in touch. CWA TV on YouTube. This is Big Dan Dangerous. Thank you for once again turning into the Danger Zone. If I sound like I'm intense, that's because we got 3 days till Warfare. Woo! Thanks for turning into the Danger Zone.